I can. I need you right now. I need you right now.
Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today's April 16th, 2022. And Bitcoin is confusing many people because everyone's wondering, are we going to break up or are we going to break down from here? For some days, how long has it been? It's been around 6 days. We've been in a small trading range, consolidating, it seems, and not doing much of anything, all right? No big moves, all right? And so people are wondering, what's going to happen from here? It looks like it's going to be an explosive move, but will it be to the upside or will it be to the downside? I'm going to answer that in this video. Also, as usual, I'm going to give small updates on our favorite altcoins, Verasity, Kadena, and Verasity. So if that sounds interesting to you, watch until the very end. All right, we're on the daily chart for Bitcoin. And I want to point out one main thing. This is the most important point that I have for breaking up from here, okay? Let me preface in saying I don't know for a fact, right? That's trading. You're never 100% sure, but it's all about playing the probabilities. What's most likely to happen? And given that, how can I make a trade that's in my favor where I have very little risk and very high reward? That's the whole name of the game. Okay, so I'm looking at volume and I see strong divergence. Okay, what does that mean? I talk about divergence all the time on this channel. My move from here, from the top of this range, this move, right, this downtrend from 48, we put in a strong volume, relatively strong volume candle, right? And that volume candle is this one right here. Okay. Ever since then, my volume has been decreasing. As you see, I put an arrow showing the decreasing volume, okay? So volume's been decreasing ever since that point, and yet price has been decreasing, right? The value of the asset of Bitcoin has been decreasing. Momentum has been decreasing. What does that tell you? Volume divergence means price doesn't want to go in that direction. It means consolidation. It usually means reversal, okay? So if volume supported this move, if this move was legitimately where price wanted to go, wouldn't you see the opposite? Volume divergence tells you that price wants to go in the opposite direction, meaning price wants to go up. This is my main point in thinking we're going long from here, and we may not even wick down any more, okay? Is it possible or probable, or rather, is it possible that we wick down from here? Absolutely, okay? And I still would be in my positions. I still wouldn't cut my positions because, again, the risk to reward of wicking down to the bottom of this range and giving up, a couple percent or a few percent or however much it takes to go down to the bottom of this range, few percent, right? 7 to 8%. To the upside, I'm still to the top of this range, and not even mentioning the top of where we think we're going, right? The top of this range is 23%. Again, that's a great trade. Asymmetric sort of risk to reward. The reward is much greater than the risk. I'm taking a little bit of a risk, but not much. This is still a good trade. Now, should you take this on leverage? I don't know, because it depends where you set your stops. If we happen to wick down, could you get stopped at? Absolutely. Could you get liquidated? Absolutely. But again, why would you do this on leverage when your upside potential is much more than the top of this range, right? Our large term analysis, if you're subscribed to the channel, you'll know is much more than the top of this range. So you don't really need to do it on leverage. But if you do choose to do that, be very careful, because as I said, we could very well experience another wick to the downside to this bottom of this range, given the way I've drawn it. But some people are drawing this range like this, omitting the wicks, in which case we're at the bottom of a range, all right? And just basic trading 101, right? You're in a range. What do? You buy the bottoms and you sell the tops, right? You don't trade the middle, right? Basic trading 101. So we're at the bottom. Would you sell? No, you don't sell support, my friends. You don't sell support. Even if I'm drawing the range in this way, we're pretty much at support. So if you wanted to sell, you would have sold down here, up here. Yeah, some people were telling me, well, I want to scalp. I like, these little moves. 7 to 8% on high leverage is a very good buy. But the risk is crazy, because there is a chance that we break up from here quite violently. Look at the volume. What's volume done? Volume has been going down. That means volatility has been going down. That means when volume comes back up, it's going to be a really big move. So if you want to play with this and go short, you might get short squeezed. So be very, very careful. Not financial advice. You do what you want. All right. My other point is, just looking at the stochastic RSI, right? We're on the daily time frame. Stochastic RSI has been bottomed out since April 7th, okay? We're pretty much at zero. Why the hell would you want to short when stochastic RSI is all the way at the bottom here? You probably want to short when it's closer to the top, where we were around 48, where stochastic RSI was topped out. So again, you just look at basic indicators, you look at basic price action, and everything's telling us that you want to go long, you want to be on the buy side now. That's a safer bet. Again, nobody knows for 100%, but that's not the case here. That's not rather the argument. The argument isn't who knows 100% what's going to happen. No, the argument is, what are the probabilities? What's the likelihood of X or Y happening? And the likelihood, given what we're seeing in the price action, given what we're seeing with our indicators, our volume indicator, our stochastic RSI indicator, the likelihood is that we're going up from here. If not now, then very soon. All right? So that's my basic outlook. Again, keep it simple. I don't want to, confuse anybody and try to, go into the real small time frames. You don't really need to. We can go into the 4-hourly and see how, this is probably breaking trend of a descending diagonal sort of resistance, and it may break out, then retest, all that stuff. It doesn't really matter. The analysis to be done here is on a larger time frame, and it should be basic, because it's just a basic problem. It's a binary, whether to buy or to sell, or not to do anything, right? Maybe it's a trinary. All right, anyway, that's basically Bitcoin. That's my take. This is why I'm still holding very large positions here, right? Not in Bitcoin, but in altcoins. And so far, so good. I like my chances. I like my chances even if we wick down, just like we did here and there. I don't care. I really don't care, because my reward is so much greater, even just to the top of the channel. And speaking of our alts, let's go into Ravane. Okay, Ravane, one of my favorites, given what the potential it has in this next uptrend. Bottomed out on the stochastic RSI. Okay, super low volatility on my MACD. Okay, my MACD is preparing to cross bullish at the bottom of my descending wedge. That's a buy, my friends. That is a buy. I'm not shorting this support. Okay, I'm going to buy. I'm going to take a risk. Every trade involves risk. It's, what makes you a good trader is minimizing your risk and maximizing your reward, right? The reward is great, even if I'm thinking of what it will look like for Ravane at the top of this channel, okay? And, at this 20% move, right, to resistance here, okay? And even if you look at I don't know why I have this in here. Maybe that's where I think it may stop temporarily. But even if that were the case, that move is a 14% move, all right? The bottom resistance, or the bottom support, is from here. Yeah, it's about a 1-to-1, okay? But again, I'm not in this trade for just the top of this channel. As you all very well know, my main take profit is up here, all the way up here, okay, at the top target of this descending wedge. So that's your vein. I'm still on support. I'm still a buy. My position is untouched. All right. Kadena, same idea. We're at support. Now, I've drawn this bottom support trend given these two data points. Okay, I've used this one and I've used that one. If this is inaccurate and we have one more wick down, then this can change. This can be a descending triangle and not necessarily a rising wedge. Still, it's the same idea. We are at support because the breakdown from here is much less than the potential breakout. Okay, and the potential breakout to the top of this wedge is 50 some odd percent. It's a great trade. Okay, so I'm still in my Kadena trade. Trading simple. Okay, this is something I realized. Trading simple. You do your high time frame analyses. You look and identify an asymmetric risk to reward, kind of high reward, low risk scenario, and you buy thereabouts. Okay, if you're going on leverage, this is another can of worms, right? But I'm talking about spot trading. Spot trading is simple. You buy support and you sell major resistance, rinse and repeat. All right, and this is basically my strategy, right? Verasity, same deal. We're on support. Again, I drew this using these two data points. This can be more like this, but we're at support. My VPVR is showing me we're at support. Everything, if I use my Elliott wave count, this is clearly an A wave initial break of structure. We're at support. We're moving up. Great reward, low risk trade. I'm keeping my positions right where they are. Again, you're seeing, just like in Bitcoin, you're seeing volume divergence. Price moving down, volume disagrees. I don't want to go in that direction. What does that mean fundamentally? It means buyers and sellers, or rather the sellers, are decreasing. The lower we go, there's less selling, okay? Even if the buyers haven't yet stepped in, the lower we go, people are like, I'm not selling this, I'm not selling this, I'm not selling this. That's what that means. So why are you selling if nobody else is selling? All right. And to bring that point home, I'm just going to go into our open interest. Okay. And I showed you guys this yesterday, but I think this is still important. I'm on the BTC USD longs, Phemex. Again, this is where whales go to trade. This is where big money trades Bitcoin. Okay. They've been going long since April 9th. April 9th. They've been going long, okay? And they haven't stopped. They didn't stop when we had that 4% downtrend. They didn't stop ever since April 9th. They've been going long for a week now, okay? That doesn't mean that they're correct, but that's just is what it is. Those are the facts, okay? In the same time, in the same period of time, all right, since April 9th, where's April 9th? Right here. Shorts have been increasing, but not as much. Shorts increased a bit for 2 days and then decreased, right? They decreased from April 11th to April 14th and started increasing a little bit again, okay? And it looks like shorts, I mean, again, this is just, human behavior, their behavior in taking out positions, right? Long or short positions. It's not a chart of an asset, but it's human behavior. So we can still chart it and we can still read patterns in the chart. So it looks like we're at resistance in the shorts. The shorts literally hit resistance. Why are you shorting resistance, right? There's so many different ways you can look at this, but just looking at open interests, it looks like the shorts are capped. Meanwhile, the longs still have quite a bit to go before reaching similar resistance. So that's just another way to look at it. Again, you guys know what I'm doing. If you're following the channel, if you're subscribed, you'll know that I'm long and I'm not touching leverage for this alt season. There's no reason to, right? And I know some people are saying, well, Dean, you think there's gonna be an alt season, but this is a bear flag. Go check out my video on why this isn't a bear flag. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I'm going to link up to it right now. Check it out. I talked about it during the live stream. First 15 minutes, I give you all the information as to why this technically can't be a bear flag. Okay, so that's it for me. Hope you guys have a great Saturday. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet, right? Click the bell notification to get notified for daily Bitcoin updates, weekly live streams every Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as the occasional ad hoc live stream just when I get excited. And subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.